Hi there, welcome to today's lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about measuring and analyzing social media metrics. In the previous lesson, we learned what social media analytics is, and in this lesson, we're going to learn how to measure and analyze social media metrics. So let's get right into it. So first, measuring and analyzing social media metrics is crucial for determining the effectiveness of your social media campaigns. So it is very important that you measure and you analyze your social media metrics so that you can know how effective your social media campaigns, your posts, your ads has been. It helps you understand what's working, what needs improvement, and how your content is contributing to your overall business goals. We looked at this in details in the previous lessons. So why do you even need to measure social media metrics? Number one, it helps you track performance. You are able to understand which content is performing well on your page. Number two, it helps you improve strategy. You are able to refine and optimize your content, your posting schedule, and every other thing that you need to. It also helps you show ROI, that is return on investment. It proves the value of social media efforts to maybe your stakeholders, your clients, those who pay you. If someone has paid you 100,000, 200,000 to manage their page for a month, measuring the metrics, analyzing the metrics helps them to determine whether the investment they put in paying you is worth it or not. It also helps you make data-driven solutions. It helps you make data-driven decisions. It helps you identify trends and make informed marketing choices. It also helps you understand your audience behavior better. It helps you discover what your audience likes, what they share, what they interact with, what they don't like. So what are the key social media metrics to track on social media? So in this lesson, I'm going to be grouping the social media metrics based on objectives so that it's easier to understand. And the first we have is the awareness metric. The awareness metric. Now, the awareness metrics are metrics that indicate how far your message is spreading. And under the awareness metrics, we have impressions. Impressions simply means the number of times your post appears on someone's feed, whether once, whether twice, even if it's the same person. So we have impressions. We also have reach. Reach is the number of unique users who saw your content. Now, if someone comes across your social media content, we call that a reach. Now, if your social media content is shown to 100 people, even when out of the 100 people 20 people saw it 2 times, 3 times, we call that impression. So the third awareness metric is the follower growth rate, which helps you to analyze how fast your follower count is growing over time. So that's for the awareness metric. The second kind of metric you want to analyze is the engagement metric. Engagement metrics help you measure how people interact with your content. So under the engagement metrics, we have likes, which is a basic form of positive feedback. That's people trying to tell you that they appreciate what they are doing. That's what likes means. So we have comments. Comment is like an advanced level of like. It indicates a higher level of interest and interaction. Comment is simply telling you that, oh, I relate with your content more than just a like. This content deserves a comment instead of just a like. So we also have shares. Shares shows that your content is valuable enough for your audience to share it, whether to themselves, whether to other people, to their friends, their families, and all of that. So that's what shares. Well, the most important one here is the save, especially on Instagram. It indicates the valuable content that your users want to revisit. Whenever you see a save on social media, it's a very big metric. That's simply telling you that even though they have engaged with this content now, they still like the content so much that they want to come back to it much later. That's what saves on social media. I mean, the next one is the engagement rate. The engagement rate is calculated by doing the total engagement, that's total likes, comments, saves, and shares, divided by total reach, that's the number of people that your post reached, times 100. This shows how active your audience is interacting with your content. Now, the third type of metric or the third objective is the traffic metrics. Traffic metrics help you track how much traffic your social media platforms send to your website or landing pages. So if you put your main stack link, your link in bio on your profile, what a traffic metric does is to help you track how many people actually clicked on your website, how many people clicked on that landing page, how many people clicked on your link in bio. That's what traffic metric does. So under traffic metric, we have link clicks, which indicates the number of times people clicked on your link. We also have referral traffic, which is tracked in Google Analytics, and it shows which social platforms sent visitors to your site, maybe it's Facebook or Instagram. So the fourth type of metric is the conversion metrics. Now, conversion metrics help you track actions that aligns with your business goals. So if you say that you want 100 people to fill a form, 100 people to sign up for your socials, and you track that number, that's conversion metrics. So under conversion metrics, we have leads generated, which has to do with maybe form submissions, sign-ups from socials. We also have sales, which has to do with direct purchases made through social media. When people send you a DM, they buy stuff, that's under conversion metrics. We also have CTR, which is known as click-through rates. To get your click-through rates, we do link clicks divided by impressions multiplied by 100. This measures how effective your call to action is. While the fourth one under conversion metrics is the cost per click, CPC, or cost per conversion for sponsored adverts. This shows how much you're spending to get a result. For instance, if your CPC on social media, on Facebook ads, is 15 naira per link click, it means that for everybody that saw your post, engaged on the post, you were charged 50 naira. So that's what CPC is. And the fifth objectives that we can group our metrics to analyze is what we call customer metrics or customer care metrics. This shows how well you are engaging with your community. And under this, we have the response rate. That's the percentage of messages or comments that you respond to. And we also have the response time, which is how quickly you reply to DMs, comments, or to mentions. So in summary, metrics are data points that show you how your content is performing, and each social media platform has its own metrics. But we've just spoken about the common ones that every social media manager needs to know. So let me go over it again. We have reach and impressions. Reach is the number of unique people who saw your content, while impressions is how many times your content was displayed, even if it was to the same person multiple times. So for instance, if 100 people saw your post but it was shown 300 times in total, that means some people saw it more than once. Your reach is 100 and your impression is 300. So another one, we talked about engagement metrics, likes, that's reactions, how much people are appreciating your post, comments, how much they are engaging or starting conversations, shares, people that found your content useful enough to share it to other people or to share it to themselves, saves, people that want to come back to your content later, which is a strong signal of value. Then we also talked about engagement rate, which is total engagement divided by total reach multiplied by 100, and this tells you how well your audience is responding to your content. So for instance, if 200 people saw your post and 20 people engaged on it, your engagement rate is 20 divided by 100 multiplied by 100, which is 10%. So follower growth rate, it tracks how fast your audience is growing, and the formula for that is new followers divided by total followers multiplied by 100. We also have CTR, click-through rates, which is used for links, ads, CTAs, and it measures how many people clicked compared to how many people saw your post or your ads. And the formula for that is clicks divided by impression multiplied by 100. So again, what are the key metrics to know and what do they mean? We said reach, which means the number of unique users who saw your post, and it tells how many people your content is exposed to. We have impressions, which talks about the number of times your post was seen, including repeats. That means it shows visibility even if it's by the same people. We have engagement, which is total number of likes, comments, saves, shares, DMs, which shows how people interact with your content. We have engagement rates, that is the percentage of people who interacted versus the percentage of people who saw your content. So this measures how interesting your content is. We have follower growth rate, which talks about how fast your followers are increasing, and it helps you track account growth over time. We have CTR, which is the percentage of people who clicked a link or a button, and it measures how compelling your CTAs are. We have conversion rates, which is the percentage of users who completed a goal, maybe signed up, purchased something, and all of that. So conversion rate actually helps you link social media performance to business goals. So when it comes to analyzing metrics, don't just look at the numbers, look at the patterns. For instance, if carousels get more sales, that tells you what format your audience values. So you also need to compare with your goals. That means if your goal on social media is brand awareness, you need to focus on reach and impression. If your goals is sales, you need to watch CTR and conversions. And then you also need to track over time. You need to look at your analytics weekly, monthly to see growth, not just one post. So in the next lesson, we are going to be talking about tools for analytics. So See you in the next one.